Hey, good afternoon everybody, and welcome back to the channel. Well, it's 4:15 in the afternoon, and every single one of my solar panels now is in the shade, and that's it for the day. It's not catching any more sun, but it gives me the opportunity to cruise around without a bunch of sun protective clothing on, which gets very, very hot out here. To do that, I do avoid the sun like the plague for good reason. But yeah, it's nice to walk around without a shirt. I am in Hawaii after all, so this is a good time of day. Now, this is the time of day I should be out really working, but it's the end of the day and I start slowing down. But you can see plenty of light, and plenty of places around here are still catching sun, but all the trees are blocking all of my arrays right now. But that's okay. I've been 100% full last couple of hours on every system. So that's about all I can ask for. Just beautiful weather though, beautiful day. It's just nice to get out here and see what's happening, what's growing. Now all of this will unfurl slowly to these. This is how it starts off. These ferns, pretty cool. Yeah, they just keep unfolding slowly and opening up until they are like fans. And it's good to get out and take a walk, isn't it? Yeah. Yeah, these are things that I really don't do during the heat of the day. And when that sun's beating down, I'm happy to be in the shade and letting it just supply all of the power. These are some nice orchids that are getting ready to start blooming fairly quick. Hopefully, it puts out a really nice orchid. But I can see a lot of nice new growth happening. Yeah, I might move some of these to a different area. You can just pull this off and, tie it or stick it in the corner of a tree, and it'll just grow on another tree, and it likes to be in the shade here a little bit. And here's another type of fern that's just opening up, and it keeps opening up until it looks like these. And then right next to that, these are the wild orchids, and these just grow wild all over the place here. Still very beautiful though. And you remember those ficus trees? They used to be really popular. And this one right here, that's what this is. And check out the root system on that, going above the ground, looking for a source of water, which it obviously found. Goes across this path here, pops up here, and then it takes a dive off over in here where the ground drops a couple of feet lower than where I'm standing. And it's obviously found a very, very good water source there, because check out the size of this ficus. I've got a long way to go to get to the top of that thing yet. Not like the little ficus I used to have in my apartment back in the 70s. And here I am on the absolute high ground of my property. I'm, 10 feet higher than the cat is right now. And here's another great root system off that ficus. It actually threw this root down here onto another tree. It's actually on a different tree that is not a ficus, but it sent that root, it wrapped up way up there, came down, and then watch what it turns into. It's amazing. It goes along here, and then it just gets massive. Following the ground again, looking for a crack in the lava, for a good water source. And that's what they do. Oh, I had to take a quick step there, almost fell down. And it keeps on going. And then, look at that. And I'll give you an idea how huge that root is. I mean, that thing is massive. And then it peels off over that way, and it goes for at least another 100 feet before it dives down through the lava somewhere. And then on the other branch of it, here, it goes over there and then takes a deep dive, so it found a crack somewhere there. So again, on the very high part of the entire property here, and it's only because, you know, when the lava came through here, whenever it did, I think it's been a few hundred years since it's been through this particular area. But here's just an area where it just kind of mound up. And then there's places where it's lower, and that's just what it looks like anywhere there's been a lava flow. It's got these great big, beautiful traveler's palms in here that they have found a crack in the lava. Pretty nice. And I'll show you what that looks like. So over here, you know, my cats used to go down in there when they were babies, exploring everything like little kittens do. And it would get me worried because they would disappear down in there. And I have no idea how deep that goes, but they could get in there and disappear for a little while looking for things. And then these put out a very beautiful flower as well. They're not blooming now, of course, but, and then that same crack lava tube, we call that just like some kind of a lava tube there. It continues on over in here, and here's another way down in there. And again, I know it goes down a ways to where cats can go in there and you never see them again, but they always did come out. And there's one more shelf up here. So actually that whole tube section goes kind of through here, and then you can see it kind of comes down in here, and there's another little ledge, and it goes way back in there. It's filled up with a lot of leaves from that ficus tree now, but it's totally covering that up. But this used to be able to where you could look back there at least a few feet. Now here I could plant a couple of solar panels. Those are some areca palms, really nice. But as you can see, this late in the afternoon, and this is a nice spot for a couple of panels because I could catch sun. Now I'm hundreds of feet away from the house, so wouldn't be good for that, but just in case I needed to bring a TV out here or something. that's that ficus tree again. Neighbor's dog can hear me. Wonders who I'm talking to. Got some just natural lava steps here when you kind of clear out the ground on top of it. Pretty nice. Step right on up into here. And this is that area I showed you guys. You can just see how thick this is. Someday I'm going to walk all the way through the property. I keep telling myself that for years, but it'll be quite an undertaking. And I've just now got some star fruit coming on. This tree is absolutely prolific with star fruit, and it's just starting to put some out. Here's a real little one. You can see some in the background hanging. There's a couple more. Just starting. This thing will get loaded, and they get huge. They get huge. And look at that on there. The dreaded LFA. See if you can see those little specks moving. Little fire ants. No good. No good. Those things can leave a welt on you about that big around when they bite or sting. They're kind of a problem out here. But yeah, just now notice star fruit's picking up. Yeah, there's a bunch more up in there. Hey P, give us a look. Show everybody your eyes. If she looks right at us, I mean, she won't because I want her to, but you'll notice her eyes are very, very cloudy. P, look over here. And that's from being bit in the eyes by those fire ants. He's got a few bites too, not as bad. She used to be much more, when she was younger, a hunter out in the bush for rats. And if she'd ever give us a good look, she's not blind, but her vision is impaired. A lot of animals out here do get bit to blindness by those little fire ants. They're almost invisible to the naked eye. They're so small. P, look at me up here. Hey. Well, she gave us a quick look, but very, very cloudy eyes. And that's from fire ants, especially that right eye. And I don't know of anything that eats those fire ants. I've always been hopeful that the chickens would help, but they don't mess with them. The geckos don't mess with them. I've never seen anything go after them. And I can't say that I blame them because those things are pretty nasty. The big island is overrun with them. And here we got some lemons coming on. And they take a minute to ripen, but these are delicious Myers lemons. And they get, you can see that one's starting to yellow up. It'll get a little bit bigger, but they're fantastic. And got a few oranges trying, but this area is a little too shady for them. This is a great big avocado tree up here that needs a good trimming, and I need to kind of trim it back to expose this orange tree a little bit better. It's producing, but it needs more sunshine. Some kind of a ginger plant, but I'm not sure what kind. And there's that ficus tree again, standing about 50 feet away from it. Massive. I do wonder if someone just picked that up in a store many years ago. I did not plant that. It was here, but it was way, way, way smaller when I first came out here. Like the top was only about there. And that's got to be 24, at least 60, maybe 70 feet tall. Anyway, just doing a little walkabout this afternoon. Thought I'd take you guys along with me. And I can do it in the comfort of my own skin. And that's a treat. Yeah. All right. Aloha, guys and gals. What do you think, buddy? All right. Are you getting ready for your walk? Huh? P?